Okay, so you know that feeling, right? When you finally get to ditch those not-so-stylish but oh-so-necessary clothes, like maybe slipping into comfy jeans after months of wearing, well, something a little less flattering.
I think I get where you're going with this.
It's kind of like getting your braces off. Pure freedom for your teeth. But what if I told you there's a secret to keeping that amazing post-braces feeling going? Like, forever.
Okay, you've definitely got my attention. Spill the beans. What's the secret?
It's not really a secret, more like a forgotten hero. We're talking about Hawley Retainers.
Hawley Retainers.
Yeah, they're the unsung heroes of orthodontics, the ones that keep your teeth from pulling a teenager rebelling against perfectly aligned teeth situation.
Right, right. I mean, I get it. They've been around forever. But honestly, when I hear Hawley Retainers, I kind of think, how do I put this nicely? Old school.
I totally get it. But trust me, they're classics for a reason. Think of them as the reliable workhorse of the retainer world. Not flashy, but they get the job done.
All right, you've convinced me. Reliability is definitely what I want when it comes to my smile. So give it to me straight. What are these retainers all about, and what makes them so special?
Well, picture this. You have a wire, kind of like a thin headband for your teeth. Custom fitted, of course. That's the part that gently guides everything into place. And holding that wire in place is this smooth acrylic piece that sits comfortably against the roof of your mouth.
So is it like braces 2.0? Like instead of moving teeth, it's more about maintaining that awesome alignment you've worked so hard for.
Exactly. Because here's the thing, teeth aren't set in stone, even after braces.
Wait, really?
Yep. They can actually try to shift back into their old positions like they have a memory of where they used to be.
Wow, that's kind of wild. My teeth have a better memory than I do.
Right. So that whole wear your retainer indefinitely thing your orthodontist probably mentioned,
Yeah.
it's no joke.
Okay, that makes sense. I just always figured once the braces came off, that was it.
Nope. It's not just about preventing that initial shift back. It's about protecting your overall oral health in the long run.
Really? Tell me more about this long-term impact stuff. I've got to admit, I've never really thought about it.
Well, even small shifts in your teeth can mess with your bite, making it tougher to chew properly. And it can put extra stress on certain teeth.
Oh, so we're talking potential headaches, jaw pain, even uneven wear and tear down the line.
You got it. And a Hawley retainer is designed to prevent all that.
Okay, I'm convinced. These things are worth a closer look. But let's be real, wearing a retainer, any retainer, means making a commitment, right? What am I actually signing up for if I go the Hawley route?
Well, you'll be rocking it most of the day at first. But eventually, it'll mainly be a nighttime thing. But trust me, a little effort each day is worth it to protect that amazing smile you've worked so hard for.
Okay, sold. So let's break down this whole Hawley lifestyle. What's it really like living with one of these things? Are there like any quirks I should be prepared for?
So we're thinking of Hawley retainers, less grandpa's dentures, and more like, I don't know, that trusty old watch that never lets you down. Reliable, gets the job done.
I like that.
But even those trusty things, they usually come with some quirks, right? What about these retainers? Hit me with the honest truth, good, bad, huh? Didn't expect that.
Well, one thing that might surprise you is how tough these things are. Hawley retainers can take a bit of roughhousing, which is good news for anyone who, isn't exactly graceful first thing in the morning.
Okay, I'm the opposite of graceful before coffee, so that's definitely a point for Hawley. But let's be real, those wires across the teeth, that's
Yeah.
kind of the classic retainer worry, right? Visibility.
Totally get it. Looks matter. And yeah, you will see that wire. But you'd be surprised. Some people actually dig that retro vibe.
It's like a vintage fashion statement for your teeth.
Yeah.
And speaking of fashion, didn't you say something about getting creative with Hawley retainers?
Absolutely. We're talking colors, patterns, you name it. Some folks even get little images put on theirs. It's all about making it your own, having a little fun with it.
All right, I'm picturing glow-in-the-dark stars, maybe a tiny little pizza slice. Okay, but practicality time. Cleaning these things, is it a whole thing?
That's the best part. Super easy. Just a little brush with your regular toothpaste, maybe a quick soak in denture cleaner every now and then. You're good to go. No need to buy a bunch of special stuff.
Love to hear it. Okay, there's got to be a but coming here, right? Every superhero has their kryptonite. What are we potentially missing with Hawley retainers?
Well, that acrylic part, even though it's smooth, it can take a bit of getting used to. Some people find they make a bit more saliva at first, might even have a little,
Retainer lisp. Oh, yeah, I remember that from my teenage years. Thankfully, it usually fades pretty quickly, right?
Exactly. Your tongue just needs to adjust.
Yeah.
Give it a few days, maybe a week or two max. You'll be back to speaking normally.
That's good to know. Now, let's talk about everyone's favorite topic, money. How do Hawley retainers stack up against those other options, like the clear ones or the permanent ones? Didn't our research mention some price ranges for those?
Yeah, it did. And that's where things get interesting. Hawley retainers, they're usually the easiest on the wallet, especially up front, often less than clear aligners or permanent retainers.
Okay, so a point for Hawley in the affordability category. But
Yep.
break that down a bit more for me. I know a lot of people love clear retainers because they're practically invisible. What's the trade-off?
You're definitely paying for that invisibility factor. Clear retainers are great for aesthetics, no doubt, but they're not as durable, and here's the kicker, they're tough to adjust.
So if your teeth move even a little bit, you might be looking at a whole new retainer. And those things aren't cheap.
Exactly. Then you've got permanent retainers, which, as you can guess, are kind of a one-and-done deal, bonded right to the back of your teeth.
The ultimate set it and forget it, huh? But didn't our source mention something about those being tricky to remove?
That's the thing. Super convenient if everything goes perfectly, but also the least flexible. Any issues, you're looking at a trip back to the orthodontist.
So it's like choosing your ideal mode of transportation. We've got the reliable old car, the sleek sports car, and the super convenient but high-maintenance luxury car. All good options, just depends what you're looking for.
Great analogy. And just like with cars, the best retainer for you totally depends on your needs, your budget, your lifestyle. There's no magic answer for everyone.
Sounds like a conversation with my orthodontist is in order. They can help me figure out what makes the most sense for me, right?
100%. They're your partner in all this, here to answer any questions and make sure you're confident with whatever you choose.
Awesome. Okay, so we've covered the pros and cons of Hawley retainers, compared them to the other options out there, but let's get into the nitty-gritty of actually caring for these things. Any insider tips for making a Hawley retainer last? So it's like we've got this trusty sidekick in our quest for a perfect smile Hawley retainers. Reliable, we can customize them, and thankfully, taking care of them isn't rocket science.
Right. But even sidekicks need a little TLC every now and then.
Totally. And I'm all about protecting my investments, especially when it comes to something as important as my smile. So break it down for me. What's the daily routine look like? How do we keep these retainers sparkling clean?
Well, think of it like brushing your teeth. Just like you wouldn't skip that, your retainer needs a little scrub each day, too.
Makes sense. And the tools for the job.
Your everyday toothbrush, soft bristles, and some regular toothpaste. That's all you need.
Easy enough. But what about those days when, maybe you have a pizza night and asking for a friend here?
Ah, I see where you're going with this. Stubborn leftovers.
Exactly.
No worries. We've got a solution for that. Once a week, give your retainer a nice soak in some denture cleaner. Gets rid of anything, even those lingering memories of a delicious cheesy pizza.
Perfect. Like a spa treatment for your retainer. But what about when you're out and about? Are we talking carrying a toothbrush and denture cleaner everywhere we go?
No, you don't have to go that far. If you're on the go, just a quick rinse with water before you pop it back in will do the trick. And of course, when it's not in your mouth, make sure it's living its best life in its case.
Right, because nobody wants to find their retainer doing the tango with their gym socks at the bottom of their bag.
Yeah.
Or worse, becoming a chew toy for a furry friend.
Speaking of things that could harm our retainer friend, what about temperature? Didn't our research mention something about that?
Ah, yes. Hawley retainers, they're a little bit like Goldilocks when it comes to temperature. Not too hot, not too cold. Right, exactly. So avoid any extreme heat. Don't leave it on the dashboard of your car on a scorching day. And definitely don't try to sanitize it with boiling water. Trust me, a warped retainer is not going to make your orthodontist happy. Got it. No more hot yoga with my retainer. So, to sum it all up, regular cleaning, a weekly deep clean, a safe place to hang out when it's not in our mouths, and keeping it away from extreme temperatures.
You've got it. Simple habits, really, that go a long way. Remember, putting in a little effort means you're protecting your investment and keeping that amazing smile looking its best for years to come.
And I think we can all agree that feeling good about our smile, well, that's priceless.
Couldn't agree more. It's about so much more than just straight teeth. It's about confidence. It's about feeling good about yourself inside and out.
Well said. And there you have it, folks. Everything you need to navigate the world of Hawley retainers. Remember, knowledge is power, especially when it comes to making smart decisions about your health.
And don't forget, you're not alone on this journey to a happy, healthy smile. Your orthodontist is there every step of the way to answer questions and make sure you're feeling confident about your choices.
So go on. Embrace those confident smiles knowing you've got this.
Oh.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive, everyone.